Welcome to Dementia in New Light, a digital learning experience. In this video, we will explore the different topics and examples of resources that deepen engagement and learning about dementia and dementia care. There are 5 main topics: relationships, stigma, identity, current culture of dementia care, and possibilities. Within those 5 main topics, there are 27 subtopics, ranging from loss, stereotypes, critique of care policies, and culture change. Let's start by exploring the relationships topic. Here in the relationships topic, under the ways of relating subtopic, is a video clip from the research-based theater production and film, Cracked: New Light on Dementia. Here, we invite learners to reflect on the different ways that people living with dementia can express themselves in relationships with others, for example, using touch and other forms of nonverbal communication. After watching this and other videos, and reading more information about the importance of different kinds of relationships, we engage learners with the following reflective questions. What are your thoughts about how people living with dementia relate with other people and pets in their lives? What could you do to make connections possible for people living with dementia? Under the topic of stigma and the subtopic of prejudice, we explore fears about dementia. Fear of the unknown is real for families and people living with dementia. Here are book covers and titles from journal and news articles. We want the learners to consider how these fuel that fear about dementia and contribute to prejudice against people living with dementia. We further engage learners with the following reflective question. What are the consequences of this fear for persons living with dementia, family, and society? In the identity topic and the race and ethnicity subtopic, we invite learners to reflect on race and ethnicity as an important aspect of one's identity. As an example, here is an excerpt from a voiceover narration of a story based on ethnographic research from our team. Dora, a person living with dementia in an Orthodox Jewish long-term care home, takes part in festivities organized by the home in celebrating Hanukkah. After making her way towards the menorah, a candelabrum used in celebrating the Jewish holiday, the narrator recounts the following.
She then raised her hands to her face, covering her eyes, and privately prayed to herself. Dora had seemingly slipped into another time, subsumed by an inner experience that was strangely sheltered from the ongoing commotion in the room. Tears streamed through her fingers. When she removed her hands, she looked up at me and smiled. I saw in her face a deep pleasure, and I smiled at her.
This story shows how recognizing and affirming one's ethnicity is an important aspect of one's identity, and no less for people living with dementia. We then ask learners what aspects of your racial and ethnic identity are important to you and want supported by others. Next, let's go to the current culture of dementia care topic and the biomedicalization of dementia subtopic. The care of people living with dementia is often reduced to treatment or intervention, such as the case with music, which is most often used to reduce symptoms of dementia and improve cognitive and physical health outcomes. However, as seen in this excerpt from the documentary film Music is Life, Music can be used as a means to support communication, creativity, and to enhance social relationships.
When we use music in a non-clinical setting, or we use music to create relationship, it speaks to our inherent connection to music as human beings. Our pulse is our internal metronome. Our breathing is rhythmic. The way our voice sounds is melodic. This makes music in many different contexts the perfect ingredient to create relationship-based learning, wellness, engagement. It's a really lovely way to bring people together in a shared space.
We ask learners the following reflective question. How would you feel if the things you like to do, e.g., listening to music, gardening, painting, were only offered as therapy after a diagnosis of dementia? Lastly, in the possibilities topic, the embodied selfhood subtopic explores the importance of bodily movements as a means of self-expression. One of the resources within this subtopic is an animation video based on ethnographic research by our team. A male resident goes into another resident's room, takes their toothpaste from their toiletries in their bathroom, and squeezes the toothpaste around the frame of the window in their bedroom. He continues to do this to the other residents' rooms. The staff in this residential long-term care home are puzzled by his actions. They review the resident's care plan and note he used to work as a general contractor. We ask the following reflective questions to engage learners in thinking about how actions can be misinterpreted as symptomatic of dementia. But when one's previous vocation is considered, the meaning of those actions becomes clear. How does knowing what he did for a living change what you think of his actions? Can you think of other examples of embodied self-expression? How would it feel to not have this type of self-expression valued, particularly if embodied self-expression is your primary means of communication? These are just some of the topics and subtopics covered in Dementia in New Light. There is also a wide variety of resources to support learning in this digital learning experience. For example, types of resources include music,
It's a beautiful world for us to see.
infographics, audio clips,
Papa, I sure hope that you will always remember me.
Oh, I will that. Yeah.
photos, poems, and visual art. Please visit www.dementiainnewlight.com and share widely. We invite you to explore the other topics, subtopics, and multimedia resources that are available in this free, interactive educational tool about stigma associated with dementia and how this can be challenged to support people to live well with dementia.